Yeah, the baby's sleeping all through the night. Might change any time, but she had a really good delivery, so everything went well.
How was this whole process for you between the baby and coming here and everything else? A little bit of a whirlwind for you? Or?
For sure, I think it was a big whirlwind for my whole family, not only I. This game means so much to me and my family. For it to be, kind of feel like it was taken away in a sense of like you don't have a home, and then, you're welcoming your second son. It was hard to really concentrate on what's really important. But at the end of the day, what really was important was having our second son, and he came out healthy, and everything worked out for the best, and we're very lucky and feel blessed for that.
Did this come completely out of the blue? Did you have any inkling that something like this was going to happen, getting traded?
Getting traded, no. I think anytime when you're with an organization that has to be weary of their payroll, you have to kind of anticipate, maybe being dealt. But once you get to spring training, you kind of feel safe. I was in spring training for a week. I showed up early because I knew I was going to have my son, so I was going to try to get my feet under me. And I was there for a good week, and had questions asked. Same thing. Do you anticipate getting traded? And honestly, you feel safe when you're in spring training. And when I got the call, I was just caught off guard.
DFA had to be a bit of a stunner, didn't it?
For sure. I mean, Chaim and Neander, they explained the situation to me. They're great people in the organization over there. But it's still hard. It's hard to, to stomach. At the time I was caught off guard, didn't really know what to think, because when you put up the numbers or, you perform, you worked your whole life to get to where you are, and for that to happen that way, it was disappointing. It was, it feels disrespectful for whenever you perform and, do your job and you feel like you helped the team, and to be done in that way, it hurt, but I'm ready to turn the page, and I know what I can do. I'm not going to try to be anybody else, and just play my game and try to help this organization win.
Are you excited about the opportunity here in left field?
Yeah, 100%. That was my whole thing with Tampa when I was there. I preached wanting to play left field, wanting to get out there. I always wound up out there, no matter if I didn't start out there. And I feel like I handled myself very well. I think I just had the knack, when I was coming up. I had shoulder surgery and all those things, and the knack was I couldn't play outfield. I think everybody has to have some kind of opinion, but I feel like the numbers, that if you look at them, they're there. My fielding percentage, the way I get to balls, and I feel like I can handle the position. And then I got a great group of guys beside me here. And I learned a lot from Kiermaier, and I'm just looking forward to having fun out there and trying to contribute.
How much is playing at Coors Field make an outfielder look a little worse than maybe is with those big gaps that make it kind of hard to chase down some balls?
Yeah, it's huge, and the big thing there is you try not to cover it all. You try to. Our philosophy was, you can leave a line open. You can cover the gaps. If you can, kind of pinch the gaps and keep the triples away, you can give the doubles down the line. That's fine. But, yeah, when you play in a big outfield like that, it's really tough to cover the whole ground, no matter who's out there. But I gained experience in playing in both of these places.
Do you think that'll help you? I mean, left field in Pittsburgh is pretty big, more than most left fields. Is that some of what you learned playing the outfield in Coors will carry over? Do you think they're playing in a bigger than normal left field?
Yeah, I think it's just communication with Starling, the other guys, Polanco, just having conversations about the way we position with the coaching staff, because a lot of guys all have their spray charts and their tendencies of where they like to hit, and if you position yourself right and you position yourself and ready for each pitch to make a play, I don't think I'll have any problem. Just because the yard's a little bit bigger doesn't matter. But I feel healthy now. I'm healthier than I've been in the last couple of years, so look forward to the challenge.
With this few days off, where are you in your preparation here in the spring? Will you be game ready anytime this next couple of days? Or?
I'm sure. We'll see. I'll talk to Clint about it. But, you know, when I went back, I went and hit and threw and practiced with my community college and got my work in. So I'm still in shape. It's just getting the cleats on and, you know, getting that first couple of days soreness out and, you know, be ready to roll.
Sounds like you took a pretty proactive approach to trying to trim down a little bit before last season.
Yeah.
What led to that, and how did you feel that affected you last year?
I had a little injury. I had plantar fascia and all that in 15, and then 16 I had some stuff going on from early May, and I played through it the whole year. And I was a little heavier, wasn't moving the way I wanted to, and after the season, I really devoted myself, you know, to learn about, you know, the body, how it works. Reached out to very intelligent people that could help me, and I basically was relentless trying to change my body and get back to where I used to be, and it worked. And you know, I was feeling healthy last year, and I didn't lift many weights that year before, and I think that caught up with me during, you know, during halfway through. I was kind of fatigued, but I had a healthy off season, so hopefully I can, you know, withstand it a little longer.
Corey, I know they had their reasons with payroll and everything in Tampa,
Sure.
but it seems weird though to go from being starting in the All-Star game last year to being, I mean, put on the DFA waivers and then traded. I mean, seems like quite a turnaround in your life. And
For sure, it was tough. I mean, it was tough it was really embarrassing. Only reason I say embarrassing is the fact that you have to explain to your friends, your family, why and what it means. Not necessarily they're just releasing you. You know, they're doing it to get something started, to get a trade going, and to cut payroll. And, you know, you have to explain those things to your friends and family that don't understand, that think you just are not good enough. And that's where it's bothersome to me. But, you know, I want to thank all my, you know, teammates that took up for me, that had my back, especially guys on the team and guys speaking out on Twitter, and then my family. If I didn't have my family for support, I don't know where I'd be, and, you know, I'm very thankful for that.
Corey, how much did you look at, or you or your agent look at the Pirates as a potential landing spot when the DFA came down and you knew that the trade was coming?
We just knew, we thought a lot of teams would be interested, and from the get-go, and, you know, when you talk to GMs, or when my agent talked to GMs and stuff like that, it's really hard to pinpoint because there's a lot of things involved. Money, you know, the payroll. We're in spring training. You know, it's a little late, you know, going into it. So I think there's just a lot of variables that we didn't know.
Was it a surprise to end up here at all?
A little bit. It's kind of, the whole thing was a surprise. So whenever it, you know, finally happened, I was just excited, and you know, I'm kind of the person, what's next? I turn the page really quickly. All I worry about is competing. I'm a very competitive person, and so I always, you know, try to turn the page quickly, and but still remember my teammates. I'm very thankful for all the relationships I had.
What was it like to put together the season you had last year, especially the first half in the All-Star appearance?
Yeah, it was just feeling healthy, being me, running out there and having total confidence. You know, seeing those pictures the year before, I was comfortable. You know, just did what I always did. To be honest, I just went out there and played the game, you know, hard, played the game the right way, and the numbers just kind of fell in place. I think it was kind of a little overwhelming trying to, you know, feel like you had to make the All-Star team. It was kind of a lot of, you know, because when you're going up with people with names, it's harder to make it. You know, you kind of got to make sure you perform. So I just try to, you know, play my game and really just don't try to be anybody else.
Corey, do you know any of the guys here? Are you familiar with any of the Pirates? And so does that make the transition any easier?
Just a few of the guys. And, you know, you talk to a lot of the guys, you know, randomly, you know, throughout baseball when you're warming up and stuff like that. So on a personal level, not many guys. So I look forward to that. I look forward to meeting all these guys. Whenever you play this crazy game, you meet so many different type of people, and I'm looking forward to it.
Corey, we heard you may have gotten the call while you were in the hospital with your wife. Can you walk us through the timeline of DFA, your baby being born, and then when you get the call from Neil saying you're coming to the Pirates?
Well, I got DFA late at night on Saturday, and I thought I was getting traded because he was, calling me, and he said he was acquiring C.J. Cron. I was like, man, I don't fit with the Angels. Like that outfield is already. So, and then he dropped that on me, and it was kind of like I didn't have any feelings. I didn't have, I wasn't broken down yet or upset because I was like, I'm dreaming. This isn't possible, but it happened, and luckily I have a strong family behind me, an agent that knows, good things are going to happen. And I flew home, spent time with my family. Yeah, and it was on her mind. It was on her mind. I think my whole family had a hard time sleeping. But when that day came to have our second son, and we found out a couple hours before, so we were all just super relieved and kind of took our mind off the whole labor process. And then, when the baby came out, that was all we were worried about. And it turned out to be one of the best days of, our family's lives. So we look forward to it.
How much of a thrill was it to get elected to the All-Star game last year? I mean, I know it's hard for guys in small markets to get the kind of votes it takes to get voted in, and to be able to do that. What did that mean to you?
No, it's everything. It's a childhood dream. It's something you never can get taken away from you, no matter, you can struggle for years or, but you're an all-star. That's beside your name forever. You can tell your kids that. It's definitely a blessing to make it, and I couldn't have done it with all my teammates that, helped me perform and, help put the word out there to vote for me, and all the fans. I mean, it was unreal, and, it kind of gives you that taste, and you realize you're good enough. And that was the big thing for me, is learning that I can be me, and I don't have to try to be another player or try to hit or do anything like anybody else, just be me. And it worked out, and it was a wonderful time.
What's your son's name?
My 3-year-old is Davis, and my newborn is Miller.
When was Miller born? Like you said, it was a couple hours on Thursday.
5:58 he was born. Yeah, on Thursday. So
about the trailer around 2 or so.
Yeah, it was kind of early in the day. I think Bob called me, and he let me know also, and then my agent called me, and they all didn't want to bother me because of they didn't know if I was having a baby at that time or not. So it was kind of a weird day with that communication aspect of it, but I knew they were sending me texts. So
you said you were playing through a couple things last year since May. What were some of the things that were bugging you?
I just had some things going on, tightness in my back, and trying to work through those things, and trying to perform with a heavy mind, trying to go out there every day. And there's a couple times where I could have called it quits, but I kept going, and I just pride myself in trying to play every day. But it is what it is. I don't make excuses for the season that I have, because I feel like a lot of people would take that season. It's just I never struggled in baseball until that year. So it was really tough. It weighed on me. It weighed on me heavily with my friends and, people, the way they think of me, or, so that led me into, learning more about the body and about myself and how I move, and try to, become healthy again. And I achieved that, and, I haven't been injured in the last 2 years, knock on wood. So I guess I'm over it and ready to go.
Thank you, Corey.
Thanks, Corey.